Good morning, y'all. Happy Wednesday. We start every Zoom every morning the same way. I want you to grab a piece of paper, a notebook, a back of a bill, a sticky note, something to write on and something to write with. What are you grateful for in the last 24 to 48 hours? Yes, 24, 48 hours. Not what happened 14 days ago, but what happened recently. And I want you to go in depth about it. What was positive that happened? Trying to think, what's today? Wednesday, yesterday, Tuesday. Tuesdays in Lavelle are paydays. For me, that is a huge blessing. I was able to go buy some medicines for our foster dogs. So that is one thing that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I get to run this business, technically on the side, and make enough money to pay for meds for fosters, to make enough money to pay for our cars, to be able to stay home with foster dogs. I'm grateful that tomorrow, technically hasn't happened yet, but our last hoarding case dog gets neutered tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Hopefully he gets neutered tomorrow. And our first foster dog went to adoption, or not our first foster, our first hoarding case dog went for adoption this past weekend. That's huge. We thought we were going to have these dogs for 6 to 8 months because they were so shut down. So those are things that have happened in the last 24, 48, 72. Yep, I did 72 hours because I suck at life. But guys, drop it in the comments what's happened in the last 24 to 48 hours that you are grateful for. Being able to start your mornings with positivity, with blessings, with good positive vibes, I think overall it makes your day better. If you start your days on a positive note, it seems to stay on that positive note. If you start your day on a shitty note, it seems to stay on that shitty note. So start your day with gratitude. Grateful for my 3 steps. Yes, absolutely. Every day, all day, every day. Grateful for, I don't even know, y'all. What's today? The 8th. The pharmacy had the meds for my dog's needs, and we're able to start them this AM. Awesome. Grateful for that. Is fantastic. God, I wish. Hey, can you move? You're like
Grateful
right.
my youngest daughter kept my son and my grandson 2 nights in a row so I could have some me time.
Sweet. Sunset hike up a mountain with my dog. I wish my dogs would go hiking, but let's be honest. They're laying on a bed right now. They are not hiking for shit. A Tuesday paycheck paid for our trip to see family. Oh, as a family for a local. Awesome. Self-love. Yes, 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 yes. Grateful for my insurance. Ooh, I should probably get that. Oh, car insurance. I have that one. Yes. Yes. So, Shannon, Melissa, how do you start your days? Shannon, I know how you start your days because we pretty much start exactly the same.
So I'm basically like you. Am I echoing?
No, you're good.
No, okay. So I just wake up, I do like my affirmations, I do my self-love book that Lisa is doing for her class, kind of look at my agenda, look what I have planned for the day. I make sure that I have my scheduled posts for the day, a little bit of meditation, all the things, take my 3 steps. And just enjoy my quiet time because this is like the time that I really use to be with myself before like life happens. The kids wake up, you're doing the mom thing and all the things, because at nighttime, it just, I don't know, like when night hits, I'm zapped. I can't do it. I've tried. So I use the mornings for like, get all my stuff done before chaos happens. So that's how I start my day.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I usually use the morning rituals book because, I found it on Amazon for like under $3. And it's got where you can write your IMs, how you're feeling, thoughts, insights, all the good stuff. Honestly, since starting this group with Lisa, I have slacked on writing my gratitude in the mornings. I have been so emotional from this self-love group that I let this slack, but I realized that I need to get back on it because I miss it. Since I started writing gratitude in the morning, so much has changed, and I see what's going on in life just because I've been slacking. So I'm back at it this morning. I'm going to hold myself accountable and write it every day.
Amen. All right. So what's next?
Do we have any Lavelle news or
I
anything?
don't think so. Heat dropped, chill dropped it like it's hot. You can use credits on heat. I don't know if you guys know that or not. You can use credits on heat. That doesn't mean use all your credits. That's not what Brittany said. Save your credits for your customers, please. Good Lord. Detox. Yes. Those are not words coming out of my mouth right now. Do we know anything about it? No, right? So it's not team news yet. All right, so keep watching your email and watching Paul and Jason's, not TikTok, what's the other one? Instagram, because they constantly drop stuff over there. So detox is coming. Chill and heat both dropped. Wasn't there one more thing? Oh, fall flavors of shakes should be dropping soon. And I don't know if you guys noticed that candy cane is gone. Sad face.
I did not notice that. That's
I
so
knew
good to know.
pumpkin spice was, but I didn't.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's the one I meant. Pumpkin spice is gone.
Oh, okay, good.
So,
not scare me like that, Brittany.
Listen, Linda. No, I'm just kidding.
Because I got a feeling.
Pumpkin spice is gone, which means Brittany can no longer have pumpkin spice frappuccinos in the morning. Actually, false statement. You know how you make a really good pumpkin spice frappuccino with our shakes? You take the vanilla shake, you take some cinnamon sugar, you take 1 heaping scoop of pumpkin, like filling, pumpkin pie, pure pumpkin puree. You blend that shit, and add some ice, and add some vanilla almond milk, and that is a pumpkin spice latte. Oh, and some cafe, obviously. I don't know how to breathe. I get really excited. Oh, I'm totally having one of those. Screw the dog.
I'm excited for what Jason mentioned on that call with something about that help for kids coming.
That's right. Something for the children's. You guys can't have it, though. You have fur and 4 legs and a tail.
Yes, they can still have it.
You can have pure peanut butter. That's what you can have. Mommy will make you some snacks today. All right, guys. Let's get rocking with this topic. What did I say the topic was again? Y'all, my ADD is real strong today. Not quitting when
life's hard.
When life gets hard, do not quit. All right, so what do I mean by that? I mean, shit happens to all of us. You lose rank. Customers fall off the face of the earth. Promoters quit. People ghost you. Shit happens in life where sometimes you want to quit, but you can't. And why can't you? Because you should have your freaking why written down so damn big somewhere on your wall that you can't quit. So I'm gonna be really honest for a hot second. When COVID hit, I got my 12K, my car bonus, and I used that $300 every single month for foster dogs. Because $300 a month means that I can pull and save 8 lives every single month. Well, 2 months ago, we got pulled into a really bad hoarding case, and I slacked pretty hard on my business, and I lost my car bonus. So I have been a non-12K-er for 2 months. That was a huge slap in the face for me. That $300 is how I save dogs. And by not getting that for 2 months, no, that does not mean Brittany did not go pull dogs from the shelter, because she still did. But it was a huge slap in the face I need to remember why I do this business, and I can't let my business slack because of my why. For a minute, my why became an excuse. And I know that there are hard months. I know that summer months are straight up poo-poo. Yep, I said poo-poo on a Zoom. They're just, realistically, they're hard months in a lot of businesses. So what I did when I lost my 12K is I told myself, okay, I don't have that $300 car bonus, so I had to make minimum 300 in extra minis, because I'm still going to the shelter. I'm still pulling dogs, whether I have the money in the account or not. I'm pulling damn 6 to 8 dogs. And I did. The last 3 months, we pulled a huge hoarding case, and we were able to save. So I think you have to remember why you do this. I think you have to remember you can't quit when shit gets hard, when your team falls apart, when people ghost you, when customers say it's not working, when you get these shitty messages in your inbox for whatever reason, because you're your team just doesn't want to do to get, you have to keep going. And I will tell you, my team fell apart last month. Hard. We had 2 girls get COVID. We had team members fall off. We had customers ghost us. That's just the reality of being in this business. And you have to keep going. You have to keep talking about this. You have to keep sharing about it. You have to keep doing this. For whatever your reason is, you have to write it huge and big on one of your damn walls so you can see it every damn day. Luckily, I don't have to write it on my wall because I can go into my dog room and go, yep, that's the reason I do this. Right there, you yappy little thing. That's why I do this. So there are going to be times when you want to crawl in a corner and cry and quit. That was me the last 2 months. I wanted to crawl in a corner, cry, and quit, but I didn't. I crawled in a corner and cried, but I didn't quit. You can't let life get in the way of why you're doing this. I'm going to pause for a minute so that I can cry. Melissa or Shannon, do you want to jump in?
Yeah, I will. So we share very similar stories. I also lost rank last month, and it sucks, guys. Like, it does something for your mental. It just wasn't all there, you know. Like, I focused on a local that I put on, and honestly, like, that is what kept me going. It was such a great turnout. I focused on still bringing in and generating that income elsewhere, you know, like you said, you know, selling the minis, making sure that, you know, that car is paid for, because I do depend on that every single month. And I just, you know, when life is busy, and it is the summer months, it is, you know, chaos with travel, with, you know, we have 3 kids, and it's just with all the things going on, it is hard. And so last month I just kind of, it just didn't happen. But guys, you keep going. And, you know, we had someone on our team get COVID too. And, you know, when teammates slow down a little bit too, but you can't depend on them. Like, you really have to. And it's, for me, it's all mental. I struggle with like anxiety and depression. And so I have days where like it just hits so hard. Like, I don't even want to get out of the bed. Like, I don't want to send those messages. I don't want to. And I come up with those excuses, and you come up with all these things, but then you have a good day, and you just have to take it one day at a time. And you have to do what you can do in that 24 hours, because everybody has the same 24 hours. It's really like how you focus your time and what you have going on in your life. So it's okay to have a bad day, and I have to keep telling myself that. But you just kind of have to pick up the next day, and you keep going, and you start over, and you do and you keep going, because you have to remember your why, you know, like, why am I doing this? So that I can stay at home with my kids. And I don't have to miss a moment, like, because I still have one who's not in school yet. And so I want to soak up all those memories, all those times that I can be with her. And so you just really have to remember your why and let that drive you. And if it's not strong enough, and if it's not, you know, keep digging for your why. Because that's what keeps us going. So yeah. Shannon?
It could be like me too, where you have bad day after bad day after bad day. Blessed I didn't have anybody get COVID, but I had a promoter resign, a handful of promoters under her that it wasn't even trained correctly. So I'm like batting my head with that, trying to help. I had customers stop ordering after they were ordering legit every single month for 2 years. And I lost rank, 12K, a $1,200 extra bonus from Operation Winning. And I'm like, not even knowing how I'm going to get my bills paid right now, but I'm going to keep pushing forward because I refuse to move backwards. Even on the worst days here, it's better than any day from my past. Just keep going, because Everybody needs you. There's going to be people out there that's going to ghost you. There's going to be people out there that you're not going to connect with. But there are going to be people out there that only you can help. They need you. On your bad days and your good days, they need you. You just can't stop. Cry all you want. Get stock in Kleenex. But never give up.
And I think that's a big thing that people don't realize is they have one shitty day or 4 shitty days in a row, and they think that it's just going to keep being shitty. Well, why do we start every day with gratitude? Because let's be honest, this world is kind of a shitty place. So if you start every day with negativity or let's put it the other way, if you start every day with positivity and gratitude and blessings and positive vibes, positive thoughts, whatever you vibe in, if you start with positivity, it makes it so much better to have a positive day, or so much easier to have a positive day. So, yo, I'm not listening to this shit. So starting every day. Oh, I like that. My mom always says to me, one bad day doesn't mean it's a bad life. Breathe through it. Oh, it was beautiful. I love that. Somebody else said, and I had it written down somewhere. Okay, so it's not a bad day, it's a bad moment. I don't know who said that on a Zoom, but I wrote it down on a sticky note. It was on my laptop, but then the sticky stopped being sticky. So I need to probably write it somewhere else. So it's not a bad day, it's a bad moment. So just because you have one customer that says no, or just because you have one promoter that ghosts you, or just because your kid did something bananas, does not mean the day is ruined. That means you had one shitty moment. Get past it and move on and find another positive moment. How do you do that? Sometimes you have to step away, and that's okay. You come back to it. And when I was having shitty moment after shitty moment after shitty moment the last couple of months, I took time for myself. I took a little too much time for myself, but that's okay too. I stepped back. I recouped. I got back to the basics. Can't pour from an empty cup. I filled my cup. And how do I do that? Personally, dogs fill my cup. Yeah, sounds crazy, but it is. Dogs, gratitude, journaling, all of that. YouTubes, there's podcast after podcast after podcast on positivity. Freaking watch one. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot be the leader that your team needs. You cannot be the promoter that your customers need if you're constantly negative and not filling your own cup with positivity. So ways that I do that are, there's podcast after podcast. We have team pages. We have team chats. It does not mean go into your team chat and put negative shit. That means rely on your team when you need backup. I luckily have a beautiful, amazing team that has been there for me through all this crap. And they have stuck behind me, and they have poured into me, and they have loved on me through all of this. So you have to find your partners, and they don't have to be on your team. A lot of them aren't under me, above me. They are beside me. They are sidelines. Most of my closest people who pump me up when I feel like I'm flat on the ground are sidelines. Kimberly being one of them. If you need some positivity, find you a sideline. Shannon, Melissa, what are ways that you refill your cup when you feel like the world has slapped you so damn hard?
Sorry, my video's off, but I having a little bit of issues with my internet, so I turned that off to make sure we don't lose recording. I'm the same way. I fill my cup with my side sisters, with my team, this self-love group, even though it's been digging down deep and bringing stuff out that I wanted to forget. It's actually very refreshing to be able to unpack some of it. it is good to know that there are people out there that's just like us, that sometimes we struggle, and that's okay. I'm excited about things that's going on with the school system right now, as far as people finally standing up and saying something about things. Like my daughter, Star Marie, you all know her. She was asked to speak at a school board meeting against the mask mandate. And I think that's really super awesome. And it's just sometimes you, no matter what's going on, you just got to pause and think about the good things in the world. Yes, the world's going crazy, but there's also the beautiful in it. Go outside. I love to go outside and look at my flowers. That fills my cup up, because every winter they die, but every summer or spring they bloom back up into beautiful flowers. And that's how I feel like right now. Like the old parts dying and the new parts blooming. And it helps me get through each day. Melissa?
Wow, you had me in my feelings there for a second, because I kind of feel that same way. Just, I mean, blossoming into and growing into like the best part of you. And that's a process, you know, like every day, every experience makes you who you are. And there's going to be bad moments, there's going to be emotional moments, there's going to be those moments that take your breath away, there's going to be beautiful moments, and you just kind of have to put them all together and reflect on them. Do a lot of self-development, and that's really where I've been focused lately. And just oh my gosh, I was actually watching, I didn't hop on Lisa's Zoom last night, the self-growth one, and I was watching it this morning, the replay. And I had actually just got to the part where Shannon, you had got done talking, and I can't remember the girl's name after that, but she was talking about how she had lost her dad, and she just kind of felt like an entire part of her was missing. And she was really focused on, and she was hoping that this course could help her find like herself. And so like that just kind of spoke to me, because I lost my mom recently, and so those are all real raw emotions. And you know, some days it hits you harder than others, and you have those emotional grief days, and that's where I've been struggling, honestly. And so that's why I'm loving that course that she's doing. It's keeping me positive when you're drowning in your own head of like thoughts and emotions and things you just have to kind of grow through. And you know, I'm really thankful for, and I always lean on like my support system, my kids and my husband, and just like filling up your cup with, you know, like someone said in the chat, you know, the exercise, going for walks lately have really been helping me clear my brain. And just, you know, doing that as a family, and just putting my phone down and using that time to kind of fill my cup. And my husband pushes me to do that, and just make sure that, you know, I'm active and I'm moving my body and I'm getting out of the house and, you know, doing all the things. Because sometimes when you're a stay-at-home parent and you're just in the house all day long, that can cause like, I don't know, like sometimes I just feel like these walls, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who can relate with that, but it just kind of gets you down, like if you're inside too long. Get outside, move your body, you know, go get some fresh air, go look at the flowers. Because the beauty of them before they go away in the wintertime, it does something for my soul anyways. So yeah. Again, back to the question that she asked, but just, I honestly, self-development has really been where it's at for me lately. And just finding that one person and leaning on your team, that you can kind of go to when you do have those bad moments, that can just kick your butt in gear, like just give you a little pep talk, and just, you know, somebody who can maybe relate to it, you know. reach out to somebody, talk to somebody when you are having those feelings, or journal. Oh my goodness, journal. That way you can get it out. You can write it all down. And it's just like, I just always feel like I unpack so much baggage with journaling because I can just put it all down on paper. And then like, it's like the thoughts are, I don't know, the battle is in my brain. So I'm going to stop babbling and
No, you're fine. It's good. So this is kind of weird, but another way that I move past the bad moments is, okay, so story time. You've heard me mention that I'm a dog foster mom. That's all I talk about. I know, you're welcome. But we take in hard cases, very, very hard cases into my rescue. We take in the hoarding cases. We just took in 14 dogs that were one day from being put down because they were part of a hoarding case. We took in 2 dogs that had a massive skin problem. They were a day from being put down. So something that I do to get me out of my funk or to make me realize life is not as shitty as I think it is I look at those guys and I think, okay, if they can have positivity, if they can be happy after the situations that they were in, if they can still love after the crap that they've been through, then I can get past the shit that I'm going through. And I look at it as they don't see shitty times. They see, okay, everything in front of me is positive and good, and humans are good, and this is not bad. Everything is happy and go lucky. And I think that we as humans need to start seeing that way, seeing life that way too. Just because you have one shitty moment, just because you have a shitty past, let's be honest, everybody has something shitty in their past, doesn't mean you can't be positive and move past it. Doesn't mean you can't get through a crap situation. Everybody has a poo-poo in the past. Everybody, doesn't matter how big or small. You have to move past it. You have to get through the bad times. You have to lean on your people hard when it gets hard. You have to love on your people when you're able to love on them because they're going through hard. You have to get up and do the shit to get the get. I don't know what else to say. Shannon?
It really has been filling my cup lately to be there for others. I have a team. A lot of them are my side sisters, and they're not all under me, but I love to be able to do like little drawings. Do your IPAs for the day, show me that you've done them, and I'll put you in a drawing. And it doesn't have to be for like all the big expensive stuff. I do like the cheap 5-minute journals or little planners, notebooks. Even I've even sent people the sticky notes so they can put them all over their house. Just that recognition for the little things and seeing them happy that they're being recognized really fills me up a lot. And that'll get me through some of the harder days. And sometimes you're going to do your IPAs, you're going to be consistent, and you're going to get brick walls. Just keep banging at them. You're going to get no's. Who cares? F them. That's just a not right now. You're going to get people tell you you're crazy. Okay, I'll be crazy because 48 years old, I feel better than I did in my 20s. And I've taken steps forward that I never would have taken without this group of people. The products are great. Hell yeah. The community is what keeps me still. I would have quit a long time ago, but I realized that I'm not alone and that people need us. And it's just been an amazing journey. I would not choose to do this with anybody else than who I'm doing it with. We're on the best team ever, the fastest growing team ever. We have millionaires. We have people that don't make 2 cents, but we're all here together and nobody treats anybody better or worse than the other. That's amazing. that lets you know you're where you're supposed to be. Yes, we're going to go through hard times, but always know that somebody is going to be there for you. I mean, just in the chat alone, Barbie, she's amazing. She's been through something and she's like, reach out. I had a girl last night, knowing that I've been dealing with narcissism. She messaged me and said, let's chat. And that was amazing. And I can't wait to talk to her because I have so many questions. It's just, you have to keep moving forward. Don't ever quit on yourself, because people will do things to you to make you quit because they want to see you miserable like they are. Again, I say F them. Let them stay miserable. That doesn't mean you need to stay miserable. Britt?
No, you're right. And I don't know how else to say it or what else to say. You can't quit on yourself. You can't go through, you can go through a hard time. Everybody goes through them, but you have to brush yourself off, pick yourself up, and get back to it. And remember why you're doing this business or why you're doing certain things. You have to push through. And if you're not writing down why you're doing this business, if you're not doing self-development, if you're not doing gratitude, I'm sorry, but you're going to just sit there in a freaking hamster wheel. You have to write down why you do this business daily. You have to have that reminder. And that's another thing that I failed to do the last couple of months. I stopped doing self-development. I stopped doing gratitude. I stopped writing down why I was doing this business. And like I said, I fell flat on my ass. I lost my car bonus. And I lost that because I stopped doing the things I was supposed to do. I stopped being grateful. I stopped doing my gratitude. I honestly stopped getting on morning Zooms. I was so bombarded and so stressed and so overwhelmed with everything that was going on around me that I mentally, physically, and emotionally shut down. And when I did that, everything crumbled. And that's okay, because that shit happens. But that doesn't mean you stop. That doesn't mean you give up. That doesn't mean you run and hide. It means you confront the shit that you did wrong and get back to it. It took me a little bit to admit that I fucked up, that I stopped doing the things that I was supposed to do, that I stopped checking in on my team, I stopped reaching out to my customers because life got hard. And the only way you're going to get back on the horse is fucking do the shit. Excuse my French. So I started reaching back out to customers. I started reaching out to my team. I started talking about Thrive again. And guess what? It's the 8th, and I'm already halfway back to to 12K on the 8th, when I was nowhere near that at the end of both months. I'm just going to be honest. So you have to open your mouth and talk about the products. You have to share what you love. You have to reach out to your customers and make sure that they're okay. You have to do that self-development. You have to do gratitude. Because honestly, the second I stopped doing my morning gratitude is when shit hit the fan. Because I stopped being thankful. Because I stopped being grateful for what this business does for me. Because I let negativity start my mornings instead of positivity. Shannon, I saw you ask something in the chat and now it's gone. Where'd it go?
That's okay. I was just going to say, during those hard days, even when you're not doing gratitude and everything, what are you doing for your business? Are you like just trying to get a post out there, a story out there, anything at all?
I will say I'm the queen at sharing way too much shit about my life. So whether I'm reaching out to customers or not, I do post in my stories every single day. I do post about, which I hadn't been doing, but I started redoing The only reason I am able to foster as many dogs as I foster is because I get energy from these things. And I stopped talking about that. So I started talking about it again this month. The only reason I financially can do what I do is because of these things. You have to open your mouth and talk about them. People are not prone to ask you, what do those stickers do? You have to talk about it. And go back to the basics. Do you remember your day 1, your day 3, your day 10? I do, because I wrote it down. I mean, I do, and I don't remember, but I wrote it down. Day 1, I cleaned baseboards. So go back and talk about day 1, 3, and 10, because that's really all people care about. I mean, yes, my weight loss results have been phenomenal, and people ask me about that, but most people start for the energy, for the mood support, for the sleeping at night. So those are the things you need to talk about. Go back to the basics, the 1, 2, 3. And you've got to post in your stories, guys. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter if I was having the shittiest day. I posted something about it in my stories. Mental clarity. Yes. Let me tell you what, that mental clarity and focus, so Brittany doesn't mix up medicines between 14 different dogs, on point this last 2 months. Talk about stuff like that. But yeah, that's every single day, no matter what, I post in my stories about something that it does for me. Hold on, I'll be right back. Shannon or Melissa?
Melissa, what do you do on the hard days?
Honestly, excuse me, it is pretty much the same. Even if I don't post my wall, I will always like show the behind the scenes in my stories. I always try to get my self-development in, because I know if I cannot respond to messages, or like if I'm in a funky mood, I don't even want to look at my messages, because I don't want to come off a little short, or, I make sure that I am in the right mindset before I attack my messages. So when I do get to the right mindset, I definitely dive into those. But really just get outside, move your body, do that one thing that is going to get you just a little boost of happiness, whether it's just taking a shower, or, getting yourself put together so that you feel better. Because there are some days when, it's really hard for me, and I'm just like, I feel blah. Like, I go take a shower, I put myself together, and I'm able to do the things. So that's kind of what I do whenever I just kind of feel down, and I just, whatever. But I never skip a beat in my stories, because I have a lot of people who are active viewing my stories. And I find that if I get away from that, even the slightest, my views drop and stuff. So, and plus people want to see like the behind the scenes, even if you're having a bad day, share that, because I don't know how many tantrums that I have showed of my 4-year-old in my stories, and we're having a rough freaking day and we didn't sleep at night. And I have other mamas who, that's their connect. Like, somebody is going to connect with that. And even if they don't message you about Thrive or something else, I mean, you're having that connection and you're sharing that you're a normal person. And I think that that's okay, because everybody has a bad day, and social media is just a reel for the great days. And so I think with behind the scenes of the stories, I almost make more connections than just a normal post that I put out there. So I never skip a beat in my stories.
That's how I am with the stories. I make sure I always post my steps in the stories. I try to do occasional polls.
Mm-hmm.
Posting, I put a post out there, but I'll be totally honest with you. You can tell when I'm having bad days, because when I'm having a good day, I'm all about putting the important information and getting my story out there. But on the days that I'm not so great, you'll see like, oh, take step 2. It fuels your body and fills you up with pre and probiotics. You can tell when I'm just posting something to post something. And that's what I have to change. I'm working the rest of this week on cleaning up my newsfeed and getting back to where I need to be.
One thing that I do love and that I find that really helps me is so I know Megan Holcomb, she does her weekend batching Zoom and stuff like that. Even if you can't hop on there and be present, guys, rewatch that because she has such great content. And that really helps me plan out my week with my posts and whatnot. And so I usually try to have those pre-planned, pre-set up too. So especially like on those bad days, I have a post that's ready to go up and at least one per day, to where I'm staying pretty active with that. So I will say that too. Like if you are, having a bad day, having those pre-planned things to where you can just, you know, go over to your notes and copy and paste the post and throw up your picture that you had already taken and did with your batching, like that has been really helpful too for me. And especially if I know that like I'm going to be traveling, or I know that like a day is coming up where I know it's going to be hard, with grief or something that's going to hit, like, how to kind of plan for that too. So being proactive has been helping me recently too. So.
And yes, someone just said this, and it is 100% true. Stories from Lavelle. If you're having a bad day and a shitty day and you can't talk about what it's doing for you, talk about what it's doing for someone else.
Yep.
The biggest and number one resource we have is that fan page. Why are you not sharing it? I'm talking to myself because I'll be honest, I ain't shared a story from it in a hot minute. So guess what I'm doing today?
If you have like yours that you've submitted, share your story, share your published story.
Let's go on that for just a second. If you have not submitted your story to Lavelle, that's something you need to do today. Today. I don't care if you've only been a Thriver for 10 days. You've had some sort of experience in 10 days because it got your ass on the Zoom. So go write your story. Your day 1, your day 3, your day 10, and your now. What has this done for you? Done for your mental, physical, emotional, financial. Pick one, write about it, send it. Make sure it's got a clear picture. Make sure it's compliant, and send that in. That is your biggest asset. When Lavelle publishes one of your stories, you share that shit like crazy. And I will be honest with you, I have shared my story 4 times. I've only been a Thriver for 3 years, but I have shared my story 4 times. I update it. So I shared my 90-day burn experience. I shared when I turned 30 years old and I looked hella better than I did when I was 22. I got pictures to prove that shit. I submitted my story when I had my 2-year experience, and then I shared again my 3-year, I think were my 4, and I saved them. So every time, where am I at? I'm almost on my 4-year? No, I'm not. I just hit my 3-year. So I'll probably share again. I don't know. I'll share again at some point. But you save those. They are saved in my Facebook. And I share them to my stories every so often. Why? Because they're me. Because a page published about me, little old redneck me. I'm on a Lavelle fan page with 1.2 million followers, I think. Something bananas like that. So every so often I throw up my 90-day burn experience. Every so often I throw up my I just turned 30. That was a couple years ago, but still, I throw up that I looked better at 30 than I did at 22. Every so often, I will I will say, don't hit the share button and share the story. You need to copy it, put it in quotations, write a little blurb about it at the top. Hey, did you see so and so? I have a question about that, Brittany. Hold on, sorry. ADD is real strong today. So what I do is, like Katie Sue, when I don't use the skin line products. I am not a girly girl. I don't like things on my face. I have really bad skin issues, so I don't use our skin line. So when I see someone's bananas results from the skin line, cough cough, Katie Sue, if you guys have not seen her skin line or her face, oh my damn, y'all. Share that. So when she posted, I don't know when it was. It's got to be a while ago, but she was on the Lavelle page with her beautiful face. And I shared the ever living crap out of that. Why? Because I don't have that experience. But a bunch of my people do. A bunch of my people are like, how the hell can I get this going? I'm like, oh, Katie Sue uses this. You want to try it? I don't have kids. So when I have a friend on my page talking about how her toddler's driving her up the damn wall, I share a mama's post. I got fur kids. They're a little bit different. They're a lot different. So share other people's experiences so that you can touch other people. I can tell you all about being a dog mom. I can tell you all about working from home. I can't tell you about no damn kids. I can't tell you about our skin line products. Wow. I can't tell you about our hair growth, but you damn sure I can find one on the fan page, share about it. So what was your question?
Now, I do share fan page stories very rarely, but I do. My first story was published in December, and my updated post was done in this June of this summer. I've never posted my own story. How, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of scared that people would think I'm trying to boast about myself instead of somebody else. What should I do there? Should I just go ahead and share it anyway?
Share it anyways. You talk about on lives and stories that you do the 1, 2, 3. It's not like it's a surprise that you do it and it's done something for you. You wouldn't, be proud of it. Be proud of your work. All of it.
I'll do it. I'll do it today. I'll do it. Hold me
Do it
accountable.
scared. All right, if I don't see it by lunch, I'm driving to you and beating your butt. Just kidding.
Now don't say you're coming here, because then I won't do it intentionally.
Yes, brag about yourself. You think I don't brag about myself on my page? It's how people ask questions. You have to be proud of your results, whether they're huge or they're small. And your results can be, hey, I got out of bed this morning. Big for me.
And she's right, guys. If you have not submitted your stories, do it. When my first story popped up, I got a customer that I don't even have any idea who it was. And they ordered the 3 steps. And I found them and I just emailed them. I'm like, thank you for, ordering the 3 steps, and introduced myself. And she did email me back, and she found me on the fan page, and she resonated with my story. So definitely do that if you have not. And if you need somebody to look over it, I'm sure any of us hosting today and other people in here as well would be happy to go over it with you. I know I will.
Yes.
Alyssa, did you submit yours?
Yeah, I did, but it's been a while. I need to do an updated one.
Well, there you go. Something to do today.
Yep.
Oh, it has been a hot minute since I've done one. Guess what Brittany's doing today?
All right.
Damn, it's been a long time. Yep, updating that today. So it looks like my last one was posted almost a year ago. Holy crap, has it been that long? I posted my 800 glorious days on Thrive was the last one I did, and that was almost a year ago. So guess what I'm doing today? Updating it and sending it in. Okay, guys, we talked about a lot. Does anybody have any questions, comments, whatever, before we read 100 Days to Peace?
Yep. 18.
Not brave. Going once, going twice. So, no, I'm just kidding. Let's see. I want you to drop in the comments something you're going to do today or something that you learned. Shannon, pick a winner. Who's reading? What's today? Wednesday.
Today is day 18. Tiffany's reading, and I can't wait to see these comments.
All right, you guys, we are on day 18. Guard your thoughts. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Philippians 4:8. All too often we allow the worries of everyday life to overwhelm our thoughts and cloud our vision. A clearer perspective, a renewed faith, excuse me, and a different focus are what's needed. When we concentrate our thinking on the frustrations of today or the uncertainties of tomorrow, we rob ourselves of peace in the present moment. But we think of the possibilities instead of the roadblocks. Our worries no longer tyrannize. Wow, that was butchered. Okay, never mind. Today, why not focus on your thoughts on the joy that is rightfully yours in Christ? Why not take time to celebrate God's glorious creation? Why not trust your hopes instead of fears? And why not spend more time thinking about your blessing and less time fretting about your hardships? When you do, you'll experience the peace and the power that accrues to those who put Jesus first in their lives. Remember that God is infinitely greater than the challenges that you face. Remember, too, that your thoughts are profoundly powerful, so guard them accordingly. Today's quote is, as we have by faith said no to sin, we should by faith say yes to God and set our minds on things above, where Christ is seated in the heaven. The nut bright. I don't know if that's the right spelling or the right saying, but whatever. Occupy your minds with good thoughts, or the enemy will fill them with bad ones. Unoccupied, they cannot be. St. Thomas More. God never promises to remove us from our struggles. He does promise, however, to change the way we look at them. Max Lucado. For further reflection, Proverbs 4:20 through 23, 2 Corinthians 10:5, Ephesians 4:22 through 24, Colossians 3:2. Today's prayer. Lord, I will focus on your love, your power, your promises, and your Son. When I am weak, I will turn to you for strength. When I am worried, I will turn to you for comfort. And when I am troubled, I will turn to you for patience and perspective. Help me guard my thoughts, Lord, so that I may honor you this day and forever. Amen.
Amen. That was beautiful. I love how everything always seems to connect. Angela Jackson, I need you to message me today in Messenger. You are today's winner. Thank you all for being here. Brittany, you got anything to say out?
Do the do. Don't just get on these Zooms, write a bunch of notes, and then don't do anything. I want you guys to either share your testimony on your personal page. Not either. I want you to, 1, submit your story to Lavelle today. And 2, it's Wellness Wednesday. So I want you to share how this has changed your life. Okay? Something I do on Wellness Wednesdays is take a plus line product, look at the ingredients, and just talk about one of the ingredients and what it does. That is a big one for my Wednesdays. And I get a lot
works.
It does, because you're not talking about the product. So what I do is, excuse my boobs for a second. I grab a product, I cover the name of it, I just hold it up, or I hold the ingredients and I say, oh my God, do you know what folic acids do for you? Why did I pick that one? Vitamin B12. Do you know what vitamin B12 does for you? And then I list 3 positive things that B12 does for you. And somebody asks, well, wait, what is that? How are you getting your B12? I need B12. Oops, I should probably pick that up so the dogs don't eat it. But take a plus line. That wasn't a plus line. But take a plus line, look at one of the ingredients, look up what it does, and talk about it. Number 1. Number 2, there you go. My Thrive Experience at lavelle.com is who you email your story to. Make sure it's 500 words or less. Make sure your pictures are clear. Make sure it is compliant. Make sure you don't say, oh my God, I lost 120 pounds in 5 days. They ain't going to post that. Make it compliant. Make your pictures good and clear. 500 words or less. If you have any questions, send it to an upline, downline, sideline so they can read it and get that stuff submitted. Those are your tasks for this Wednesday. Do the do to get the dit. Get the get. Get the get. God, I can't talk today. Do not quit.
I heard what you said.
I did. Get the D. That's what I said. So do the damn things. Don't quit when it gets hard. Shit gets real in life. It does. Life is hard. Life is crappy sometimes. But just do the damn shit. Okay? I love you guys. We'll see you back here Friday. Can we cut out the last 5 seconds of this video before we post it? No? All right. Sounds good. Love you guys. Happy Wednesday.